Let me do a share screen. Department of Justice. There. All right. So you should be staring at. We're live right now. You should be staring at the search result, and you should be able to hear me loud and clear.
Well, I'm not in the bedroom. I'm out in the front room right now.
I got you. Well, let me share this on over to Facebook and Facebook. Because once I share it over there, I can check my own volume. That's kind of normally what I have to do anyway. Anybody pops in this video, let me know the volume.
Did you send me a link?
I have not. But it's about to be posted to Facebook.
I have not gone to your Facebook page, but what, once or twice maybe?
Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, I guess without guessing, if I'm about to hit a nerve, they yeah. Official record classified, Federal Bureau of Investigations, birth certificate, Missouri. Her mother was identified, unclassified, birth certificate, identified and obtained. Karina Shuliak, birth certificate. Dara Miss George, please find attached my birth certificate in a format. Hope this works. Birth certificate. Like I said, I have to click on each file and open them up and figure out how this is going to work. I'm not sure how to.
Are they identifying or trying to identify some of the victims?
I don't know. I don't know till I haven't even clicked on the first PDF yet. Yeah, that's what I have to do is basically click on it, open it up, and okay, first one, subject, birth certificate, August of 2021. Could you please save these in the subpoena return folder for the next discovery? Thanks. Special Agent, New York Field. Okay, so that's kind of the first one. Might be, like you said, the victim. Official records, data set 8, but 323. Federal Bureau of Investigations, Missouri birth certificate identified and obtained on 7/19 of 21. Kansas, Epstain, Jeffrey, child sex trafficking. I try to tell people, man, these birth certificates do nothing but build a smorgasbord for these people. But, the following investigation was conducted by July 8th, 2021, because a lot of this stuff is redacted, And,
Yeah.
Provided a standard certificate of live birth. The certificate recorded the birth of Springfield, Missouri. Her mother was identified as. All right, my boy is having a short circuit here. Hold on a minute. The physical copy of the certified certificate maintained. Package that's both physical and digital copy. Digital copy mailed to the case agent. Unclassified. All right, so that's that one. Let's see what this one's all about. Please attach my birth certificate in JPEG format. I hope this works. Please let me know. Janice George, good day. This is not acceptable. Parts are cut off. Dr. Karina Shuliak, for whatever reason, is Dear Miss George. She's finding attached my birth certificate, telling her it won't work. Next one, they want Karina's her birth certificate in addition to her passport. Her birth certificate, reclarification on exam results. Wrote she never asked for the birth certificate. In addition to her passport, Miss George was not very helpful. The exam results, as she said, that she never heard of that request before, and she thought that Karina submitted the required clinical exam results. We tried to call Miss Richardson, but she was not in. She was the one who said that Karina needs to call for information, as she would not give out anything to third parties. I says Karina send Miss George her birth certificate via email and call Miss Richardson's reclassification on exam results. Warm regards, Cecile. This is back in 2015. Since the diploma, passing her clinical exam. Nerd, is the passport not enough? If not, we can forward the birth certificate. Daphne spoke with Miss George. The only communication that she received, Karina needs to provide a copy of her birth certificate and her status and clinical exam. Status? Not that status again. Proceed with her application then, George said. Copy, scan, and email to her. The information contains communication confidential, blah, blah, blah. They may be unlawful if you receive this communication. Gotcha. That's all that's on that one. Moving on to the next one. Request for birth certificate. Boy, they want this legal name, don't they?
So is that FBI that's requesting?
Yeah. It looks like Federal Bureau of Investigations on this next one. Pretty much 7/6 of 2021. Epstein, Jeffrey, child sex trafficking. Background of Epstein Maxwell case with leads to obtain birth certificate. Well, this one's a little more detailed. What's going on here? In coordination with the Southern District of New York's United States Attorney's Office, has been investigating the sexual exploitation of abuse of minors committed by Jeffrey Epstein, all caps. Legal name. They're not even applying, they're not even referring to the man in this report. They're referring to the fiction. Epstein was charged and arrested, and they're using the surname, all caps, with sex trafficking and conspiracy in July 2019. In addition to, all caps, Epstein, co-conspirator, have also been. I'd like to see how his legal name ever did anything. And you wonder how these people get away with everything. Ghislaine Maxwell, same thing, all caps, in their report. Assisted, facilitated, and contributed to, all caps, Epstein. Abuse of minors by recruiting, grooming, and abusing minors they knew to be under the age of 18. Maxwell, all caps, was charged and arrested in July 2020 with the enticement of a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, transportation of a minor. You just can't, I mean, they call it a minor account, and here they're using legal names that are called minor accounts. So you got basically referring to minors who are basically exploiting minors. Which minor are we talking about? Are we minors of crypto? Or are we minors underage? Or are we minors because we're legal names? Which is it? It's the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, conspiracy to entice minors to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, conspiracy to transport minors with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity and perjury. A superseding indictment, March 21, charging, all caps, Maxwell with sex trafficking of a minor and conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. This case is currently scheduled for trial November 29th, 21, such as requesting birth certificates for each of the following victims. All victims contained in these leads have previously been identified and interviewed. It's sad, man. It really is sad that people can't wrap their minds around how everyone's being identified as a state-created organization name. Not as a man or a woman, not as a young lady, not as a son or a daughter. This system is just a whack job. All right, moving on to the next one. Unclassified, certified. Federal Bureau of Investigation Electronic Communications request for birth certificates. Background of Epstein Maxwell case would lead to obtain birth certificate. All right, let's open her up. Let's see what we got. I don't know if they're able to see this stuff when I open it. Yeah, they are. All right. Alrighty. Back to the request for birth certificate. 7/6 of 21. Background of Epstein Maxwell case would lead to obtain birth certificates. New York, United States Attorney's Office. Exploitation of abuse of minors committed by Jeffrey Epstein. All caps. Wait a minute. This is the same one I just looked at. Wait a minute. That's the same one I just looked at. Let me move on to the next one. Certificate with certified English translation. U.S. passport. Okay. Gonna have to hold on for a second. You read that without me, people. Wow. This tablet thing is over. It's over. This tablet deal is over, man. This has got to be the most destructive thing ever handed to our babies. It's over. I'm done. They're never getting it back. When they turn 18, they can buy one.
Were they fighting over it or what?
Oh yeah, she took it away from him. Was hiding under a blanket with it. I come in, I take it away. She's in there. I have an absolute meltdown. I'm done with it. I'm done. I mean, to break them from the two Amazon tablets they had it was a month of nightmare. You know, and it's causing brain damage. You know, they said it's doing something to the white something or another in the brain. I'm done. I'm done. You know, and get off this digital nightmare. All right, birth certificates with certified English translation, a complete copy of. I already have this 8 passport style photos. Take them at Kinko's or Walgreens. Divorce certificates. You guys never got married. Sealed medical examination. What do we got here? A link. Office types. Office locator. Interesting. Yep. Well, you know, if you have any doubt that you're being tracked, you know, check it out. Because they're not tracked, created legal name. You know, to extract wealth, tax you to pieces, take your property, stick you in jail, and it'd be very, very profitable. And they say that the woman that's portraying Ghislaine Maxwell is not Ghislaine Maxwell. It doesn't look anything like her. This was from Karina Shuliak back in September of 2013. And there's a link here to some kind of something or another. I don't know what. I don't know if the link works. Oh, it works. Performing security verification. Oh, nice. What am I getting myself into here? And there's that Cloudflare. Verify you are human. Color of man. Human under legal jargon, people, is a monster. They want you to verify you're a monster. Verification successful. You are a monster. Oh, that's currently not available. That is the U.S. Citizens and Immigration Services. So that's where that link went. Just remember, you are a monster. We're back to you are 18 years of age. It just like don't follow the links. Oh, there we go. All right. Documents co-sponsored last 3 years federal tax returns, W-2s, and copy of her U.S. passport, birth certificate, and green card. Uh-oh. ICE is going to be coming for you. Let's back that up. All right. Oh, we're back to this again. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to use any of the links. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Yeah, they're mad. They're definitely mad. All right, birth certificates. Boom. Here we go. Back to the. Let's see if we can find anything that's response to government's letter. RE birth certificates. Images. Ghislaine, thanks. Chris, here are our proposed redactions. Response to government letter. Birth certificates. Like I said, there's over 323 hits on birth certificates in the epstain files. This is a Ghislaine Maxwell's response to government's letter. Here's our proposed redactions. You know, it's funny that somebody said, this is from November 11th of 21. Oh, regarding the self-authentication of birth certificates of alleged minor victims, pursuant to our established protocol, we are submitting the letter to the court under temporary seal to allow the government to propose any redactions it deems necessary. Cohen and Gresser, LLP, out of New York. Oh, whatever was confidential, it ain't confidential anymore. And here's a funny thing. They said that if you copy and paste what's there, and I guess you throw it into Word, wait. All right. That's install. We just want to open it. No, that's for setup. There we go. We're just going to look at this for myself. See if this isn't just like some clickbait stuff, or if there's some kind of reality on copying and pasting this stuff into all right, here we go. And paste. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, guess what? They ain't lying. They ain't clickbaiting. They ain't clickbaiting, buddy. Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm here.
Holy shit. Wow. Hold on. Let me see. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what this one does. We'll just go for all the unredacted stuff. No. Oh, no. they now starting to? Okay, now I'm having a problem being able to get it to copy it. Yeah, they're mad. Yeah, they're mad.
Talking about your kitties?
Yeah. Yeah, we took the crack tablet. It's basically that's what it's like. It's like a crack tablet. They're not happy. Paste. I'm trying to look back at. Oh yeah. No. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't want to get carried away with all this. I'm worried about it. Just discard all that.
The majority of that is has to go in.
Say again?
And they're trying to locate who they are, maybe. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but she went in her response, November 11th, 21, regarding the self-authentication of birth certificates of the alleged minor victims. See, I tell these people, oh, you got to authenticate your birth certificate. No, it's self-authenticating. And here's some evidence of that. All right, let's move on. Let's see if we can find something a little more juicy here. Oh, we in the defense are required to docket our letters on the birth certificate's issue. We already redacted the birth certificate. Today, we need to docket our proposed redactions to our motions to quash. We see defenses required to docket our letters on the birth certificates. And the defense needs to docket our letters. Okay, all right, I get it. Motion to quash, something we need redactions. Proposed, blah, blah, blah. Who are they redacting out of this? What do you think quickly to take a look at it? I'll coordinate with the defense. Interesting. All right, moving on. At the threshold, domestic birth certificates are public records within the meaning of federal rules of evidence. The birth certificates are also self-authenticating under Rule 902(4)(b). The certifications of birth certificates therefore meet the requirements of Rule 902(4)(b). The Honorable Allison J. Nathan. The government respectfully submits the letter regarding birth certificates that are marked exhibits for trial. By way of background, the government has obtained and produced to the defense certified copies of birth certificates for each of the minor victims. Although the government has asked the defense to stipulate to the authenticity of these records, and although the defense has identified no reason to doubt the authenticity of these records, the defense has not agreed to a stipulation. According to the government, seeks the relief in an instant motion to which entitled under the law to avoid calling records custodians from 5 state agencies with custody over birth certificates. For the reasons set below, birth certificates are self-authenticating under Rule 902. Federal Rules of Evidence, no record custodian should be required to testify. The exhibit should be determined to be self-authenticating. Authenticate your birth certificate. Yeah, well, now we have the rule, 9024B. They're self-authenticating. That is, they require no intrinsic evidence of authenticity in order to be admitted. Certified copies of public records, a copy of an official record, or copy of a document that was recorded or filed in a public office as authorized by law. The copy is certified as correct by the custodian or other person authorized to make the certification. A certificate that complies with Rule 902.123, a federal statute, or a rule prescribed by Supreme Court. Yeah, that's the way of putting it. A sealed purporting. Here, I'm going to put you up closer to the mic. So there you go. A seal purporting that to be that of the United States, any state district. So the states are districts. Commonwealth territory, or insular possession of the United States, the former Panama Canal Zone, the Trust Territory of Pacific Islands, the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, a political subdivision, any of these entities, or a department, agency, or officer of any entity named above, and a signature purporting to be an execution of attestation. Finally, Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 27 permits a party to prove an official document in the same manner as in a civil action. Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, in turn, permits proof of domestic official record that is otherwise admissible and kept within the United States, any state, district, or commonwealth, or any territory through a copy attested by the officer with legal custody of the record, or by the officer's deputy, and accompanied by the certificate that the officer has custody. The certificate must be made under seal. Any public officer with a seal of office and with official duties in the district political subdivisions where the record is kept. They're political subdivisions. Imagine that.
Well, everything's a political subdivision.
Yeah, I've never voted in my life. I'm not a part of your body politic, so none of you are my peers. Of the Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 27 of the Rules of Criminal Procedure have provided authentication procedures of this nature for both domestic and foreign public records. Minor victims' birth certificates are certified and sealed by the appropriate officials and therefore self-authenticating. No, see Ball versus A.O. Smith Corps. I can't make that one up. The original transcript, which includes a certification by court reporter, self-authenticating, United States versus McGee. Got some case law in here, man. We have held that to satisfy requirements of Rule 9024, a certification need only identify the legal custodian's position of authority and that the copy is true and correct. At the threshold, domestic birth certificates are public records within the meaning of federal rules of evidence, providing a hearsay exception for public records of vital statistics, including record of birth, if reported to a public office in accordance with legal duty. Providing a hearsay exception for public records of vital statistics, including record of birth. Oh, this is why that guy on the old Johnny Carson show said, "That's all hearsay." A copy of such record is self-authenticating, is certified as correct. The custodian or another person authorized to make the certification fed our federal rules of evidence. That is the case for each of these birth certificates. The Registrar of Rhode Island Department of Health has signed and certified that Government Exhibit 12 Minor's birth certificate is true and exact copy of the document officially registered and placed on the file in the issuing office. The Registrar of Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services has signed, certified that Government Exhibit 13 Minor Victim 2's birth certificate is an exact reproduction of the certificate for the person named. The person, not the person, named therein as it now appears in the permanent records of the Bureau of Vital Records of Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services.
Permanent record. That's what I've been saying for 20 years.
Yeah.
When they file that becomes a part of the permanent record. That means it cannot be altered, and yet they altered it.
Yep. The registrar of the town of North Hempstead, Nassau County, New York, has signed and certified that the government Exhibit 11 minor victim 4's birth certificate is true and correct copy of the original certificate of birth on file in the office of the registrar. The county clerk recorder of Sacramento County, California, has signed and certified that the government Exhibit 14 minor victim 5's birth certificate is a true and exact reproduction of the document officially registered and placed on file in the office of the Sacramento County Clerk Recorder. The Registrar of the Vital Records and Statistics for the Massachusetts Department of Public Health and Registry of Vital Records and Statistics has signed and certified that Government Exhibit 15 minor victim 6's birth certificate is a true copy from the registrar's record of birth, marriage, and death required by law to be kept in my office. Each of these certifications is certification by the custodian sufficient to satisfy the rule. You know, they love making up their own rules, don't they? Self-authenticating. Birth certificates are also self-authenticating under Rule 9024B. The rule permits self-authentication based on certificate that complies with Rule 902123, a federal statute or rule prescribed by the Supreme Court. This rule is satisfied in two ways. First certification complies with Rule 9021. Each certification bears a seal purporting to be that of any state, a political subdivision, or a department, agency, or officer of a state. Federal Rules of Evidence, 9021A. And each certification bears a signature purporting to be an execution or attestation. Certification of the birth certificate therefore meets the requirements of 9024B. Second, as noted above, the Federal Rules of Procedure explains the evidence necessary to evince an official record that is kept within the United States or any state is a copy attested by the officer with legal custody of the record accompanied by a certificate that the officer has custody. Weaponizing parents betray. The Federal Rules of Civil Procedure on this subject, certification must be made under seal. And you're going to tell me that that legal name is not how they're gaining jurisdiction. Isn't this kind of like massive evidence of they need that legal name in order to have jurisdiction?
Well, that's why it's such a big deal that I keep telling them that name is not my name. You're saying it's my name, prove it.
Right. Oh, and verify the date of birth.
They have to prove it, and they don't even respond. It's like, okay, well, that pretty much means they can't prove it. We have to admit it.
You can't even admit it.
You can't force that on us. Why? Because it's not our name.
And the thing is, you can't even admit it.
Admit that's your name. That's what everyone's doing.
I know. I get it. They're rolling with that because, yeah, everybody lies in court. I remember a prosecutor told me that.
That's what they call an admittance.
Right. That's what a prosecutor told me. Everybody lies in court, Ken. I'm like, oh, that's just great. May the best liar win, huh? Each of the certifications described above is by a public officer with official duties in the location where the birth certificate is kept. Oh, boy. Here comes Miss Trouble. Including that records of prior conviction, fingerprints, and other materials from prison were self-authenticating. Oh, the prisons are using birth certificates. Imagine that. Legal names. Imagine that. Hold on, guys. Let's take a break here. No. What?
ever heard of the term, there's no more free breakfast? And that is actually becoming a very serious reality in America's hotel industry. As hotels are faced with a couple of serious situations. First off, renting their rooms are becoming harder and harder at the old prices because the American consumer is completely tapped. Everything is collapsing. They're constricting, contracting. And so what the hotels are doing is they're having to figure out
All right. Now that that's settled for the moment. Oh. So, yeah. Imagine that. The prison system's using self-authenticating under Rules 9022.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I thought this was going to be interesting. Oh, Damian Williams, United States Attorney. Oh. So the conclusion is, for the foregoing reasons, the court should determine that the minor victims' birth certificates are self-authenticating. With all you people out there authenticating your birth certificates. I hope this clears it all up for you. All right, let's back it up and go see what else we can find. I mean, like, what is the world?
You know,
oh, this thing just
AI
I
was
think
gleaning the internet, and that popped up
I think
as part of the process, authenticating the birth certificate. But I think the authentication, what I've read about it, is that if it's used in another country, these are all U.S. birth certificates.
I think they just shut me down, man. Yeah, I think they just shut me down because I wasn't able to. I was not able to click back to what I was looking at, which were birth certificates. Searchable library. Yeah, we're just
Which one are you on right now?
I'm not on anything now. I'm trying to figure out how to get back there.
Oh,
Searchable Epstein library. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this is. Yeah, they just like completely changed the format, dude. Like the format just.
I'm looking at one of these sent August 27th, 2021. It says, I'm checking on the birth certificate project. Have you received any additional certificates?
Well, that's why they shut my YouTube channel down back in the day. There was I was showing everybody, look, the goal is to birth register everyone in the world. Going on with United Nations, World Bank, UNICEF, all the major players.
Right.
All the major players were there, and that's really where my focus was, to showing everyone that the goal is to register everyone in the world. And leaving that, oh, you'll be left behind, you won't be able to get services, there won't be peace and safety, and they'll get sent to war. I'm like, here's the people sending them to war. No birth certificate, no war. House disclosures, is that what I was looking at? Yeah, I'm not sure where this thing is bouncing me around to. Try to go back and look. Oversight Committee, Epstein release. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, sorry, people. I am like losing my. Hey, El Patron, what's going on? I don't know what is the hold up here. I'm gonna shut that down. Yeah, this just got really weird. Real quick. Let me see if I can get this back to where it was.
Well, you have to open up those PDFs in a separate tab.
Okay.
Instead of clicking on it.
Well, if I do that, if
do
I do
a right click and
okay.
open it up in another tab.
Okay, well, that's not how YouTube works. Okay, so if I don't just open it up on the tab that I'm on, nobody's going to be able to see it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so I can't do that.
Because every time you try to go back, you have to hit search again. At least that's what.
Well, it was working. It was working fine, and then it just all of a sudden wouldn't go back.
Yeah, when you clicked on the back button, it went.
Yeah, it just went to the main page, and now it's not wanting to show them. I told you it wouldn't take them long. You're like, hey, this guy's showing everybody the birth certificate stuff. Stop him. I don't know. I don't know what the.
Who is Mark Epstein?
I guess that's his brother. I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm not overly involved in the Epstein thing. It's like, look, we're way beyond Epstein. You know, when research was showing that the Sim Corporation was involved in the deep underground military bases that were all involved in the adrenochrome and the child trafficking, it was like, hey, that kind of makes Epstein look like, you know, small potatoes. And I don't know how to get back to this. Media disclosure? No, that's just the disclosures.
From Larry Visocki, March 9th, 2019. Jeffrey, I spoke with Jerry Martinez at 6 p.m. He wants me to file a false EAPIS from St. Thomas to PBI for tomorrow, which seems strange, even though we are not traveling this route. He wanted me to use your birth certificate as documentation to see if it would work on his end. However, there's no official selection to insert birth certificate for EAPIS. There's only in the proper area. Jerry wants me to file this EAPIS.
What PDF are you on?
It is
like an EFT A0112507449 PDF.
Yeah, it's data set 11 and it's ETA 02631042. It's on page 2.
Yeah. I say you're chunking through them, aren't you? So give me those numbers again.
EFTA 02631042.
310, huh?
I'm sorry, 31042.
I got it. Data set 11. I got it. They're all Epstein. Yep, I spoke with Martinez. He wants me to file a false EPIS from St. Thomas. What is an EAPIS? I don't know.
It's a report. What is your flight plan?
Oh, is that what that is? A flight plan?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, electronic advanced passenger information system. It's for Customs and Border.
Oh, so he wanted him to use the birth certificate to fly. Imagine that. The birth certificate is a passport. To see if it would work on his end. However, there's no official selection to insert birth certificate for EPIS. Only selection I could use is no documents. See, that's what the guy out of Canada told me. He lost his passport, and he used only his birth certificate, certificate of live birth to fly. Insert your birth certificate number in the proper area. Jerry wants me to file.
EBI, that must be what? Palm Beach Island? What's the name of his island?
Oh, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not that deep into all of that. Gotcha. All right. Let's see if we can back this up again and end up with nope. Now it does not want to let me back up into the I have to keep going.
It goes back to the original screen, and you have to hit search again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to punch in birth certificate. There we go. We're back to it again. Yeah, there's no well, there is a next and last, but birth certificates identified and obtained. There's a lot of birth certificate stuff going on here.
Yeah.
And a federal matter. Massachusetts address. Electronic birth certificates. FBI coordination, Southern District of New York. Attorney's office been investigating classified. Not sure what all that is. How about an English translation of a birth certificate? Okay. Why isn't page 2 showing me 11s? Okay. All I see is a lot of people needing a lot of birth certificates.
Yep. Well, I think that's they're trying to identify all these women, saying, "Hey, I
here's
what, abused, and I want to get paid."
Well, right, because that CUSIP number, the Committee on Uniform Security and Identification Procedures, these birth certificates are securities, which is going to tie to the Social Security Trust. Money's being paid out by whatever entity they're suing. No, it's coming right out of your own Social Security Trust that most people don't want to believe exists because they're stuck on stupid.
Well, yeah, and he's in the finance arena, so you wonder how much of this money is being funded by his activities. Anyway, is funded by
counts. Okay,
so, yeah.
Jeffrey, I spoke to Teterboro again. The officer on duty says they cannot deny you entry into the U.S. if you are a U.S. citizen. A photocopy of your passport would be helpful. Same with birth certificate. You must have a valid original document to present, not just a copy. To some officers, it may take time to verify that the passport is current and valid. So in short, it depends on the officer on duty if you try to enter to Teterboro. I just find it extremely curious of, that there's this much birth certificate conversation going on. But what are we going to find as we dig deeper? That's what I'm really interested in. What are we going to find as we dig deeper? See, there is no way to back up from this without basically having to start the search all over again. See, it was letting me back up. I'm probably just not high tech enough to know what command I should be giving. Yep, Right back to birth certificates. There we go. Let's see, we're on page 3. All right, I gotta go peek on them.
Geez, they redact. I'm looking at one that it's FBI news briefing, external email. The whole thing is redacted.
What are you looking at?
Well, it says FBI news briefing is so, in other words, it's within the FBI and it's for March 25th of last year. Importance, it says normal in coordination with the Office of Public Affairs. So they're being careful about what they release to the news. Well, it's all redacted.
What page are you on?
This is this page 3? Hang on. Page 2.
Page 2.
And it's the third one from the bottom. It says specifically the legislation would require the vast majority of Americans to rely on either certificate in combination with, and then so it's showing some of the verbiage that's in that PDF, but then when you click on it, it's pretty much, for all intents and purposes, it's all redacted. 18 pages.
69 million women who have taken their spouse's name do not have a birth certificate matching their legal name. Imagine that. And millions of transgender Americans do not possess these documents reflecting the name they use. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's see how we. Hold on a second. So you found a hot tamale there.
Well, it's all redacted though.
That's why it's a hot tamale. Here. Really? Well, this would be a really good one. Hold on.
It says continued reporting FBI to redact Epstein files ahead of release. 324 Mastrangelo, that must be someone's name, reported that the FBI is reportedly working overtime on a frenzied mission to redact the Epstein files before they are released to the public. The FBI is reviewing documents and other evidence related to the investigation of Jeffrey Epstein in order to make redactions before DOJ releases them to the public.
Yeah, this one's huge. Counterintelligence, criminal investigation. Yeah, holy smoking gun here, buddy.
Where the hell's that software that removes?
I don't know. I can't. It won't even let you even begin to try to copy. Continue reported with FBI working overtime, frenzied mission to redact the Epstein files before they're released to the public. Yeah, reviewing documents, the evidence related to the Epstein, blah, 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 before the DOJ releases them to the public. If familiar with the matter said, according to the article, Trump's administration promised for transparency coupled with public interest surrounding Epstein's escape to Israel. I mean, death, or whether or not prominent figures could be implicated in the disgraced financier's alleged crimes when he was organization name in this whole debacle. So the Epstein that they're writing about is dead.
Right.
Oh, these people. Yeah, this is a lot of redacting.
Oh, the whole thing is.
Lot of. You can't look at this. Ah, I wonder what they're talking about here. FBI Daily News Briefing for March 25th of 2025. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, there is no copy. We can expect the element. See what we can get out there. Resource not cached, unavailable. Huh. Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. All right, back to going to the search again. No, not that one. This one. Certificate. No, that's not it. How do I keep confusing myself with this? It won't store birth certificate in this. All right, here we go. Let's reach to the. Oh, excuse me. Certificate or a passport certificate. You must show proof of citizenship. So if I gotta look at that one. Caesar, the flights are just horrendous to try and get you to the island for WED. Jeffrey says you and Freddie can go to the island this Thursday or Friday. Instead, Jeffrey just won't be there. I am looking into better flights now for you. Caesar Magallan. Trip to the island. I am scrambling to save some crazy tickets. I need a name. I sent my birth certificate to the passport application. I don't think I'll be able to go. We were gathering the name for the second person. Give me 1 minute. Passport. You need to have one or the other to go. Oh. Do you have your birth certificate? You must passport. You cannot go. So you have to search. Extremely late. Trying all this. I can reserve it for you and this other person. I am on the phone with my travel agent now. Who is Caesar Magallan?
One of his gophers. It's sounds like he's like his assistant. He makes appointments for him and
Something going on there. Karina, Ashley. I don't know. Let's Let's run a quick search and see what we get here.
Dad, where's the cat fly, Dad?
Oh,
Where's the cat fly?
they can't fly.
Yeah, where's the cat fly?
That's Reverend Cesar Magellan.
Where's
St.
the
Elizabeth
cat
Ann
fly,
Seton Church.
Dad?
I don't know. Okay, honey.
Airplane cat fly.
Okay. All right. All right. It'll fly. It'll fly. Woo! Uh-oh. I got Cesar Magellan of Woodbury University. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it this way. And files. Let you know what I get, people. Yeah, nothing's coming up, so it must definitely be like keeping that one hush. Nothing coming up. Nothing coming up.
You break it. You break it.
I braked it. Oh, let me see it.
Break it.
I didn't break it. You braked it. Oh, we don't really need this. The little propellers just kind of look for
You
looks.
can't read.
I told you we need to tape this. Yeah. Flies better without propeller. Imagine that. Well, let me know if you find anything interesting there.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Go outside. Outside. Go outside.
Back outside. Good job. Fly. Yeah, let me know if you one that's oh yeah, good, yeah. I'm sure they probably made a move to counter that real quick. I don't think they would want that to continue. Boy, are you going to be some kind of criminal for doing that? I would say they changed the format up real quick. And I'm not sure what they're using to do it. You know, people claiming that. I'm not. I'm not exactly sure what program the people are using or what word or whatever that they're using to do that. What do we got going on here? I think the purpose of re-authenticating a birth certificate is to have the applicant to reaffirm and agree that he or she is the registered legal person. There would be no other reason to do so. Yeah, El Patron, I think I agree with you. That yeah, never mind. I don't need to re-authenticate nothing. All right. Let's here. We'll give you all something better to stare at then. Ooh, who's that? That's George Bush. Next to look who that can be, Lavoy Finicum. Yep, the Bush bobblehead. Here, we'll move him over. Whoop. Ride it, cowboy. All right. Find anything interesting yet?
No, I told you what I'm doing. I'm trying to see if I can
Oh,
redact.
well, I figured if you just tried it once and it didn't work, it pretty much tell you it doesn't work.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'm still working on it.
Oh, okay. Well.
I downloaded software.
Oh, now you're getting dangerous.
Well, that's the only way you can do it.
Now you're getting dangerous. Let's see here. No, that wouldn't be it. It would be this one. The one that won't remember. The search bar that won't remember. I'm getting ready to really punch one in here in just a second here. That's going to be like, okay. I called the National Passport Information Center and I was told your old passport, even if expired, is just as good as a birth certificate. You had to show your birth certificate to receive your very first passport. Goodness, it is a windy day out here today. Georgia received a paper copy of my birth certificate. Once the board receives the score report, my application should be complete. Huh? A score report? I gotta look at this one now. Let's see what this one's passport office. You have an appointment tomorrow at the passport agency in West Palm at Clementi Street. This was the earliest I could get you. Nothing today. 10 a.m. is the first appointment tomorrow. You should receive an email confirmation. Print it, take it with you. Arrive 2 minutes early. I called the National Passport Information. I was told your old passport, even if expired, is just as good as a birth certificate to show as proof of citizenship. We're back to the USS Citizenship vessel in commerce. You had to show your birth certificate to receive your very first passport. Take a photocopy of the passport ID page, a copy of the front and back of your driver's license. Oh, imagine that. And your completed in black ink DS11 application. Do not sign it until in front of the agent. Proof travel, blah, blah, blah. Appointment status confirmed. DS11 passport requirement documents for your appointment. Confirmation. Case needs to be changed, canceled, appointment. Jeffrey Epstein, passport acceptance. Okay. All right. So, legal names, legal names. You want to leave the country? Give us your legal name. All right. Let's back up. We're going to do something fun here. Search the library. Right down here. No result. Just back up. Rut-row. Rut-row, guess what we just found?
What?
Well, guess what? Well, we'll see. We'll see if it has anything to do one with the other, but I just searched file registration. For the documents, original subscription documents, Athene committed to file registration to go public by November 2015. Relationship-related parties transactions registration rights agreement. We have granted KKR the right to cause us, in certain instances, at our expense, to file registration statements under the Securities Act covering resales of our common stock it beneficially owns. Business name application, ABN, development application of rental premise. Registration with ATO, employees registration with ATO, business tax file registration of GST ATO number. Insurance agreement, contract, local government regulations, zoning registration of employees with work cover waste. In addition, the AIC will have the right, subject to certain conditions, to require us to file registration statements covering the sale of its shares. That's like I said, not sure if one has. Yeah, I'm 18 years or older. I've been sitting here doing this. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything here. Lean Anderson. How did Athens go from September to March in 3 weeks? So, context in which this is being used is investors on October 19th, which included comment that actuarial material weaknesses were discovered in the books of a company they acquired, and that they had until 6/30/15 to publish revised financial statements. That note seemed to give confirmation that IPO would be later in the year per documents, original subscription documents. Athene committed to file registration to go public by November 2015. As Rich built detailed cash flow model. Athene was plugged into September as a likely 2-hour call with no specificity as to when. It was upon Rich's review with Apollo's chief accounting officer just recently we got word call would come sooner. Huh. It's Jeffrey. Huh. And we're back to, oh, cool. At least it brought me back to the search bar. Oops. Just curious. Tax September 11th. What is Jeffrey Epstain? Jeffrey Epstein vacation at Gmail. privileged and confidential, and it's all blank. They didn't even redact it. It's just blank. It's just completely blank.
Yeah.
Yep. So Jeffrey Epstein's getting privileged information on 9/11 that we're not allowed to look at. The pedophile's allowed to look at it, but we're not allowed to look at it.
And they got it redacted who sent it?
No, it shows who sent it and who received it. It just, there's a blank, it's blank, it's white. It's just not even, there's nothing there. It's not even redacted. Derek Indike, redacted. Something. Derek Indike, redacted to J-E, that's Jerry Epstein, E vacation at Gmail. It's G vacation at Gmail. Which I'm thinking that's consolidated appellant's brief for dismissal, failure to state a claim in foreign sovereign immunity. Gives history and background. I think this would be what you need. Blank. These people, they are truly pretty damn criminal.
What's an ECID?
ECID?
ECID, electronic something ID. Oh, Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District. No, I don't think so. It's a 64-bit identifier unique to every Apple device. Wow. It's got to mean that's assuming he had an Apple phone. Yeah, because there's one document here that says KYC profile. Down at the bottom it says confidential treatment requested by JP Morgan Chase.
Oh, interesting.
It's got his address, though, on St. Thomas. It's got Jeffrey E. Epstein. ECID, it's got a number. They didn't redact. Red Hook Quarters, Suite B3, St. Thomas. LLC, that's one of his companies.
Hold on, step away for a second.
All right.
Just like, why is this guy getting confidential information tied to 9/11? Because he's not a Mossad agent, everyone. He's really not. He's not a Mossad agent. Oh, here we go. Children need us to model always rational tolerance, respect for diversity. Here comes the DEI. The terrorist leaders are working to keep us all safe? Wait a minute, what? Who attacked New York and Washington, D.C. on September 11th? Good people live everywhere in something. What? 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 What in the world? Bright Horizons Family Solutions. Alrighty. Here we go. They're tied to child care. That's scary. Mercy Corps. The what? The Dougie Center. The Doogie Center. National Center for Grieving Children and Families. What are they all tied to this for? Wow. That's just really kind of strange. I guess they're talking about, man, there is. Flight manifest before September 11th. 1001 were far less detailed than modern manifest. Shooter dial-in roof and Boston Marathon bomber. Sarnev is the new lead attorney for Ramsey. Why is this guy getting emails about all this stuff? David Cohen, before Al-Qaeda attacks on the U.S. September 11th, 2001. Been accused of plotting. September 11th attacks will be brought from prison to the courtroom to begin 6 weeks of hearing. Colorado, Federated Department Stores. We sure are worried about the 1973 protest American support for Israel during the Yom Kippur War. It sent a permanent shock to the global oil markets. From Saudi Arabia. What else we got over here about 9/11? One after the other. Columbia Heights, Brooklyn block. Certificate of occupancy. The search form subsequent actions and regulations apply. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what all of this has to do with Epstain. Iraq or against those nations, organizations, persons he determined planned, authorized, committed, or aided terrorist attacks that occurred September 11th in order to prevent any future acts of international terrorism against the United States. Special oversight. 3,000 people killed in the terror attacks, as well as those lost in the world. Those lost in the world. Al-Musawi. The government has provided non-public information to victims who were also sued tort after September 11th. What is all this got to do? Find named the presidency of George W. Bush and the country's new immigration policy. Interesting. Why is he looking at this stuff? You know what? Let me look at something else. Let me. Huh. Oops. Try E and C. What are you doing, little girl?
I want to get a bath. Airplane. And we go bath.
You want to take a bath with your airplane?
Yeah, it's a boat of plane.
Oh, nothing going on there.
It's a boat of plane.
Oh. All right.
It's a boat of plane.
Okay, just give me a moment.
It's a boat of plane. It's a boat of plane, Dad. Daddy, it's a boat of plane. A boat of plane. Daddy, it's a boat of plane.
You think so?
Yeah, a boat of
The
plane.
boat airplane. Oh no, let me see it. Ready? Yeah.
See, it swims on the water, but
Hey.
it can't sink.
Go open the door for your brother so he can come in here and eat. Got some more food. More food. Come on. Got some more food for you.
We're playing crocodile.
Alright.
We're playing crocodile.
Well, that's cool. Tell him to come here. So we can.
Come here, Winner.
Did you open the door?
Yeah.
Open the door.
Come here, Winner.
Yeah, go grab him by the hand and bring him on.
Oh, he come back.
Come on, River.
Where's coming? Where's this coming? I call him and where come back?
Man.
Where I call
Thank
him.
you. You're so helpful.
I call him.
I know you're very helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're so smart. You're so beautiful.
Let's
Daddy loves you. I got it right here. Look. I got the biscuits. The egg biscuits. Yeah, remember you had a little bit. Come on.
I need to get in the back.
Let's eat first.
But I'm too dirty.
Okay, we're gonna eat without you.
No, I'm hungry.
Well, then I would sit down. I would sit down. I would have a meal. I would sit down.
I need more.
We will.
Oh,
KYC, customer profile, customer detail, customer legal name.
Yeah, anything that's of any help has been redacted.
Well, of course. Interesting. Goodness, Ameritrade. Well, this is certainly not redacted.
I am not hungry. I'm just not hungry.
Okay.
I need to go back.
Well, you're gonna have to give me a moment to breathe. Breathe. Okay, I'll be in there in a moment. Go play with your block.
I don't want there in a moment.
We're gonna finish eating first,
I
okay?
don't want to finish.
Okay. Come wine to everybody.
Well, I'm just hungry. I is there. I want there me. Is there? There. There to me.
It was just yours. You could have ate it. You got it? You're funny. Okay. Oh, I got one to look for.
I just want some. Oh,
I got a whole bunch of them still cooking.
Daddy, I need to go in back. Daddy, I need to go back, Dad.
Not yet, baby.
Not yet. Daddy, I need to go back. Daddy, I need to go back. I need to go back, Dad. I need to go back. Daddy, I want that word on. I want to wear it down. I want to wear it. Daddy,
Options becomes unavailable.
Daddy, fit me.
That is interesting.
Dad, fit me.
I see that.
I want to go in the clothes on.
Well, you got clothes on. That was your new shirt right there.
I don't want it.
You don't want it. Well, you're going to have to give us a minute because we're still eating.
But I just want to go back.
You just want to go a bath.
Yeah,
Oh, you're not being very nice.
I just nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
You
need to
just
go
nice?
back. Just right here.
I feel like a waiter at a busy restaurant. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Note, when this option is selected, the cluster anti-pass back communications failure mode box options becomes unavailable. Because Box Options LLC was helping make